able to report to it. I know many different businesses and various they're finally in tune, especially these days, with what they're spending and how they're spending and what the ROI is. And it's as you mentioned, I would assume that if you can enable a customer to start that migration to cloud and lower their overall spend and increase their deployment velocity and the value to their customers, it's kind of a happy marriage and being able to give them something that they need, want, and would love to use in a place where they can use it to help them achieve their mission. It's kind of a weird roundabout way to say that the storage is actually no longer a means to the end; it's a means to get to the end.
Exactly, exactly. It is very important for a lot of customers that just previously have not been able to get the capacity and scale and still have the ability to do all the things that we, snapshots and replication, all the other things that they do, especially multi-protocol being the key differentiator for ONTAP, which is being able to access the multi-protocol SMB and CIFS and NFS both, being able to access the Windows and Linux clients both together accessing the same files at the same time.
Yep, versus having to have a separate one for every different protocol. So, no debate of my existence 20 years ago.
Yeah. So I did want to point out real quick that a big piece of the scale out mechanism is that each of the nodes ends up having its own IP address, but we're using Route 53, believe it or not, in order to achieve round robin DNS in order to load balance the workload across the different nodes. In this case, there's only 2 nodes, so there's 2 IP addresses for management and NFS, SMB access, but we access them together through a specific namespace. And that namespace is unified across the entire cluster, which is what really customers were asking for. They needed more capacity, more performance out of essentially what amounts to a single file share, a single export. And that's exactly what we've achieved with this deployment.
Awesome, Jay. Thank you so much for spending the time with us today and giving us that deep dive into this exciting piece of technology. Do you have any additional questions before we wrap up, Brian? Or you think you're set?
Awesome.
Yeah. So where can people find out more information about this service? Are there blogs or links?
Sure. There was a blog the announcement came out yesterday, so that's live on our webpage, and I've seen posts on LinkedIn and several other places. But I do want to point people to a couple of different sessions. There is STG 229, which is tomorrow, which is the breakout session that'll be delivered by Andy Crudge, the Chief Product Manager for this particular service, and that'll be at the Mandalay Bay at 5 p.m. And then I'll be doing a workshop where customers can actually get hands-on with a file system just exactly like this one, and they can put it through its paces in a real environment. And that'll be on Friday at 9 a.m. at a location to be determined.
Awesome. Thank you so much again for your time, Jay. And that's about all the time we have for this particular segment. We've got an exciting one coming up, and I believe, let me double check my notes, it is going to be covering AWS. So you'll want to stay tuned and hang out with us. I want to thank Brian for spending some time with us today, but we'll be right back after a quick video. Thanks.
Let's see.
If this is your first time watching AWS On Air, we welcome you and thank you for being here.
At some point, it's just too much for people to handle.
I mean, all this pizza and turtle talk.
At some point, it's just too much for people to handle.
Okay, all this pizza
so I'm going to need to turn this down, I think.
At some point, it's just too much for people to handle.
Okay, so I'm going to need to turn this down, I
At
think.
some point, it's just too much for
And then this is going to go up. And then this is going to go up. Okay. So if I do that,
Are we going to
and then
Ninja
play
Turtles?
again.
BrightSpot does a lot of the heavy lifting for you.
One thing we're proud of is we've always kind of moved automation forward.
BrightSpot does a lot of the heavy lifting.
This is an opportunity to show us the awesome demo that you have.
Okay.
There we go. This is an opportunity to show us the awesome demo that you have.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay, I think the levels are good now.
That was impressive.
We made it really easy to create multiple avatars and have them for different markets.
Let me get rid of this.
We share that
Here.
at Amazon.
Hey, I got my one viewer back. You survived. I'm proud of you, buddy.
As possible.
AWS and Splunk are co-innovating to address our joint customer challenges.
I heard you have something awesome to show.
So I'm here to talk with Aiden more about this super cool tool that Fortinet has created.
Let's take a look.
Stats like this, like 59 minutes out of every hour is
used to identify
Attention.
a problem.
All right, what is
and
this?
then that last minute is used to do some
Try
remediation.
GPT-powered customer. Oh my god,
I'm
bro!
back with my friends at NVIDIA talking about the awesomeness
Did you make a trained on your data
NVIDIA's
chatbot?
bringing to the market.
Didn't you know Sam killed all of these?
Well, I'll just let them introduce themselves.
We're here to talk about Couchbase.
Okay.
Stripe.
Yeah, this just looks like.
Welcome to AWS Earth Day
Legion?
with our
Okay.
partner Splunk. 10+ years we've been partners and working together.
We've really built joint strategic collaboration.
Oh, I remember we did
co-innovation
this
together,
for a
which
little
is
bit.
really exciting. We've been a very strong
like we
ISP
got started on
for
it.
AWS.
It has
But never finished it as you do as a indie developer.
So I'm excited to be back here again talking about
Let's see how it works.
Thanks for joining us for AWS.
Data sources goal and then lead gen. Yeah.
Stripe
Okay.
is most well known
Cool.
for being
I mean,
a global
that's helpful.
payments
People need that.
processor.
So
We accept
no
and
shade.
process online
I'm
payments
just
for
like jaded
millions
as
of
a
users
person
worldwide.
that's
I really
been
do appreciate all the work
doing
you're
AI
doing
stuff.
from a small business owner's perspective.
Because there are so many of those, but there's not really like a super good one that'll actually
That's
close
what I'm
for
really
you.
excited
So.
about, having been doing this so long, is that we can really start to solve the customer problems.
You mentioned my favorite streaming content platform, which you'll never guess. It's AWS On.
Of course, yeah. I mean, I think we all know that that's taken the world by storm. So that makes
Yes,
sense.
absolutely. I mean, their memes aren't terrible. I'll give them that. All right, are we
Hey,
good
folks,
from here?
Thanks for joining us again. My name is Adrian San Miguel. I am a principal partner enterprise architect, hanging out at the
Kind of want to drop to 2, I think, just because I'm pretty sure I'll die.
Live with partner in crime again for another session. Brian, say hey, Brian.
Yeah, so I'm excited here to be here live at reInvent. My name is Brian Terry. I'm a senior solution
So many
architect
shoes, bro.
working on the Amazon Builder platform team, and we're live here at reInvent 2023.
They're live.
Yeah, it's been a very,
Well,
very
magical power.
interesting set of sessions so far. We've heard from storage teams, we've heard from
I guess we can do this.
security
Should
teams,
be
if I'm
fun.
not mistaken. And up next, if I'm not mistaken, we have a session that is featuring AWS Config. Is that your understanding, Brian?
Yes, exactly. I'm super excited about it.
Yeah, I made mention earlier that I came from a storage background, which is true. But before that, I was a low ops manager.
Oh yeah, so we can lizard right now.
Specifically security and threat remediation, where change management, config, all sorts of everything had to be logged somewhere painstakingly.
There we
So
go.
when the auditors came to town, you could effectively just hand them the big file and say, "Hey, here's my
So as a
library
sneak
of
peek,
stuff. Hopefully, everything that you
we are
need is in
going
here, and
to, I
love
think
it very
later.
Holy, if I don't, I need to be able to go find it somewhere.
Let's see where
Uh,
I put it.
curious, Brian, you
Homeboy
ever
built
had that happen
this,
to you
so
before?
later on we will use
No, I
this
can't
to
say I
try and
have,
build
but I have a lot of
AGPT
experience with config,
and avoid
'cause when I
Sam's
first started AWS, I was
iron-fisted
actually segment lead for
grip
cloud management,
on the
or
universe
technical lead, and I got to work a
by
lot
using
with
Tulu,
config, and our partners
which is an
on
interesting
integration.
new model.
It's great. I love the service. It's one of my favorites.
Uses
That's
a
right. And later in
new
my
technique,
AWS
which I'll
career,
elaborate on
with
later, I
the
guess.
mentors, I did more tons of it.
Semi-new.
And really happy and excited to be having a
Okay.
chat with y'all again. And
All
wanted
right, time to go simulate
sure that I
my
don't butcher your name,
GCP
because
experience.
Every time I speak with you, I feel like I get it wrong. Please, right pronunciation of your name.
Let's fucking do it. Solo, high rolo.
Yeah, it's great.
Easy, no problem.
So, hi, go ahead. Yeah, now we can hear you.
Hey Adrian, hey Brian. So I'm a product manager with Amazon Transcribe.
Go Krishna.
Here
Nice.
to present a feature that we launched yesterday on the Transcribe Call Analytics API.
Awesome. How about you guys?
Oh, they launched it yesterday?
Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah, exactly. Super exciting. Yeah. So can you talk a little bit about what Transcribe is and at a high level?
They launched Transcribe
Yeah.
yesterday.
So Transcribe is a
Little late to
managed
the party,
speech text
guys.
service. So you can pass in call recordings or real-time call stream, and we convert from the call speech into a text. And that can be used across different use cases, such as in contact center or in digital media or in medical transcribe and many other use cases. So
Are they just running Whisper?
what we have is, as a part of Transcribe, is Transcribe Call Analytics, which is an API that improve experiences for agents and supervisors in a contact center. It generates not only highly accurate call transcripts, but also extracts conversation insights, improve customer experience, and enhance agent and supervisor productivity. So some of these conversation insights include such as call drivers, monitor call sentiment, and classify calls, and many others.
I may not
So
be able
what
to
we
hear
launched
footsteps,
yesterday is
but fuck it, right?
a feature which is called as generative call summarization, which can boost the productivity of agents and
Hello, buddy.
supervisors further and improve on customer experience. So summarization feature, as you can think of, the whole conversation can be
Come over here, please.
condensed
Thank
into a
you.
very concise summary of what was the reason that the customer called, what the agent did during the call, and how the agent helped in resolving the issue for customer. So this is the feature that we launched. From a customer
Oh my god.
a usage perspective, you just pass in a call recording, and
Oh
transcribe
my
call
god.
analytics
This
will
is
convert the
infuriating.
whole call recording into a
Where is I thought it
speech
was
to
over
text.
here.
It will
Wasn't
convert to
it?
text transcripts. It will generate
Is
actionable
it over there?
insights and also deliver a
No
concise
idea.
summary all through one API through this feature.
Oh, it's right there. Okay.
What? One API is going to take 10 minutes to show
Oh my god. Okay. That's fantastic. Please don't run up on these spiders, please.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Yeah, it definitely. So all you need is to pass in a call recording, and you get all these insights and summary also right now with this launch of the entire call recording. Actually, the value proposition is more that today what happens is that contact center agents spend a lot of time writing, manually summarizing the notes after each call, and that kind of impacts their productivity. Plus, it also makes the call queue times longer, because callers wait on the queue longer because agents are spending more time on
This
after
is not
call
gonna
work.
work.
Not just on agents, even managers in a contact center also spend precious time listening to the call recordings or
Okay.
reading entire transcripts
So if
while
this guy will
investing
come
into
out
caller
here, then
issues.
maybe I can fight him.
Now, once we have this feature, which is
Yeah.
summarization, agents don't need to spend those time. Agents can just like go to the next call and just focus on helping the caller and talking to the caller, and don't need to spend their time on after call work such as summarizing notes. Managers don't have to go through entire
That was the wrong
transcripts.
way.
They can just
Wait,
look
what?
at the summary
What
to
is the wrong
understand
way?
the
Okay.
gist of the conversation. So they don't. It's easy for them as well. So it
Really?
kind of like helps both agents and managers, as well as improve customer experience in a business's contact center.
This is not great.
I assume this kind of helps with training and this kind of stuff, right? Like when you're trying to train agents,
Worst
like
time
you
to
can
get a
have
little
them look
lag
at
spike there. All
transcripts
right.
and understand different situations.
Start of the morning. Very nice.
Definitely,
Very
Brian.
nice.
I think that's a great use case also. So agents can look into the summary of like, and the other thing is that earlier every agent had different set of expertise, and how they write the summary was also different. Now through this feature, because we are powering this feature through generative AI, and it will be consistent in the summary
Okay, so they're
quality,
writing their
and
customer service
so the
reports
overall
with GPT. Wow,
quality wise also
amazing.
there is not much of a difference between agent versus agent. So all the summaries will look almost like in the same quality range.
Yeah,
I mean, it's handy.
This reminds me of a conversation I had
I forgot my rapier,
years
didn't
ago
I?
with a
Oh
friend
my
in
god.
a call center in the 1910s.
Gonna be a yikes from
We
me.
absolutely could not get these agents to actually put in anything other than shorthand or abbreviations or just random three-letter acronyms for like every word. And as you mentioned, emails, going back and having to make sense out of that or be able to concatenate that into some sort of actual report, it was impossible. It was just a
Was
bunch
this not
of
affected by
really
rupture?
gibberish that was spread out, and there was no real way to understand how the individual agent
Oh,
or
it does. Okay.
the org overall and how it was rendered. So being able to extricate time from that, dedicate that back to working with customers, shorten the call queue time, and then
Yeah, my
being
shitty
able to
internet
get
is probably
to
not going to handle
in
this
the
very
event,
well.
like I guess
Oh well.
some issue with the customer, let's say something
Doing too much,
hypothetical,
bro.
getting closer to that mean time for resolution and getting that
I should go back to chat. Okay,
at the end
just
of
in
the day
case
is the win
somebody
for the
says
end customer, and
words.
then of course the consumer of the service itself. Gotta say,
Exactly.
that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I can see the saving valuable time for the call center representatives, right? You know, you take a call, and then you have to summarize it. It can take 10, 15 minutes. And if you don't have to do that per day, you can just focus on the customer. I think this is an awesome solution.
Yeah, even a couple minutes an hour it's
Right.
invaluable at the end of the show.
Yeah, and you add this up over years. I mean, man, this is amazing.
Yeah, would love to see what this is going to look like. You got me
Yeah,
more
so
than hooked at this point.
Yeah, this is a console experience. So we do provide this feature outside console through APIs, but just to show you the experience. So this is the transcribe console, and there is a post call analytics, which is part of transcribe call analytics API. So you can go ahead and create a job here through this link. So what you pass in as part of the job is few things, like you pass in the name of the job, which can be any name that you give. You pass in the language of the audio, what conversation audio it was,
Don't mind if I
where
do.
the like you pass the call recording, which is which can be in different formats, and then that's it. And then you select an IAM rule which has
As is
access to that
tradition.
transcribe summary, the
Whoa.
audio.
I think you glossed over something really important, really cool. The language. You can pick your language in this. This is amazing, right?
Yeah, I must have missed that.
I know. It's like, wow, that's not a small
buddy.
feature there. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, the so transcribe, like you can also do automatic language identification, which is an existing feature. You don't need to even pass in the language. You can transcribe can auto detect language through the feature as well. So yeah, so and once you provide these information, once you click on next, what you need to do is you
Did
need
not
there's
get
a
him close enough to
summarization
the
tab,
wall
and
before
you
I
just need
aggroed him.
to turn on summarization,
Well,
which
gives
is
me a chance to go grab my rapier
an enable
and
box,
spend more
and
money
then
on
that's
pots.
it. You just click create job, and hardly it takes couple of minutes or less than that, based on the length of the audio, and you should be able to see the summary. So the summary, just to show the summary, it will look very similar to this. So it will show you a text transcript, which talks about what the agent and the customers was speaking about, and which is a very long, as you can see, it's a long transcript, and the summarization will be just like 2-3 lines of
Almost knocked over my
condensed
coffee.
summary of what the customer called about, what the agent did, and what was the action item or the outcome of the whole conversation. So very quickly, a supervisor or an agent can go through the summary and understand about the gist of the conversation, and they don't have to read the whole transcript here.
Yeah, it's almost double the damage of the
That's a summary of the
Rondell.
feature.
It's wild.
Yeah, that's just for short conversations. I can imagine those multi-minute, potentially long hour, multi-day type of engagement. That would be huge, especially
Man,
if
like,
you can save the individual
are we that
amount of
early?
time
Where like, oh my
that
god, you
they get
transcribed a phone
to learn
call.
the actionable
It's
outcome. And in this particular one, I like
mind-boggling.
the
I
way
don't know.
that it specifically called out
Hmm.
what the problem was. It's very much the star format.
Like I do the, or actually, well, I don't. I'm a bum. But I want to just do this with everything I ever listen to ever, and then store it all in my knowledge base and enrich it.
Being able to
But I haven't done it, so
grab
fucking
those snippets and
Jeff's ahead of me.
is going to be huge. I mean, internally, we do a ton of reporting at the end of the month, the quarter, etc. And it's essentially a multi-hour, multi-day process for leadership.
I really hope I get to keep that. No shot
I
that
can
I
very
do, but
quickly see how anybody in operations or anybody in a customer-facing role is going to do a lot of this. This is going to be pretty revolutionary.
Totally, I agree, Adrian. I think this is a really powerful feature for a contact center operation, like, because this is one of the key time that an agent or spends in after call work. One study says that almost agent spends almost 30% of the whole call time in after call work, and this particular feature can reduce that and kind of like improve their productivity by a large percentage. So yeah, they're very excited to for customers to start using this feature and provide us feedback.
Wow, kind of speechless. Great. Yeah, the cool thing here is it seems like it's incredibly intuitive to get started. It doesn't necessarily do a whole heck of a lot of anything, but as they start going and start consuming this, if you have any bits of guidance and any nuggets of wisdom you may wish to leave with
there's a mage over there, so let's go back to our spot, I think.
Sorry, Adrian, I did not hear your last bit.
Okay, yeah. Any bits of nuggets that you may wish to leave for customers as they get started in consuming?
Man's is hungry.
Yeah, definitely. So this feature, like it's very easy to, as I said before, it's very easy to use. A single API is all it takes to generate multitudes of different analytics and summarization. If you would like to learn more, we have a Chalk Talk in reInvent, which I am presenting along with my essay specialist at 3 p.m. today in Caesars Forum. So definitely would like to you can attend that. And there is also a couple of blog posts which is in our website that just as you mentioned. So definitely take a look and read through that, and it explains a bit more about the feature and what it is. And yeah, that's it. And really excited for getting this opportunity to talk about it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us. Brian, anything that's put in mind for
Another
you?
API.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you for creating the solution.
So we
This
take
is
the
going to
pots
save a
over
lot of
belt
time. A lot
because
of people
they
really
are
enjoyed it.
red
So,
and
super
glowing.
cool, and thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Brian. Thank you.
And they show up
thank
on
you
your
so much.
belt,
And folks, stay tuned. We're going to have another session.
just
This
like
time,
these
definitively,
ones
it's going to
do.
be on AWS config. So stay
So I
tuned.
like to
We'll be
keep
back
them
after a
off
quick
my
video.
belt unless I'm using them, or if I'm pretty sure I'm not going to get seen.
Welcome back to the Rec Center, and we are now in the NFL zone, where we are celebrating all things National Football League. You can find live games streaming on the big screen at the 50-yard line, the NFL passing game.
So I'm hoping I'm not super visible right here. I probably should be behind the barrels.
Lombardi Trophy on display here. This is a really fun one in conjunction with Zebra. They're the official on-field ball tracking provider of the NFL. AWS is a partner of the NFL, and so together we are extracting so much data, tons of insights that are coming off of every player on the field and every ball on the field at any given time during an NFL game. So talk to us a little bit about the technology behind this activation and what's happening inside of that football.
Yeah, absolutely. This is Ari Inton from AWS Sports Marketing, and similar to the same type of chips and technologies that are in the balls,
Sounds like a barb.
Next Gen Stats also has RFID sensors in each player's pads. So for every play in every game,
Sounds thorough, so I'm not gonna.
The NFL is capturing over 300 million data points, and AWS, through a series of storage, compute, and machine learning services, are helping store, process, and analyze that information. And what it's also allowed us to do is kind of take stats from where we first started out in 2017 from straight tracking, right? How fast was a certain player running down the field? To now some more sophisticated and advanced statistics that are based on machine learning. Our most recent one, announced earlier this season, Pressure Probability, actually has 4 separate AI models built by the AWS Generative AI Innovation Center.
That's incredible. I imagine that's not only transforming the analytics of the football game, but when we think about things like player health and safety, governance of the game.
I wouldn't mind if I did.
How is this data being used to make decisions like that at the league level?
That'd be pretty cool.
Oh,
If they're open yet.
all throughout the entire league and each of the 32 clubs. They rely on next-gen stats data powered by AWS to make more data decisions to keep players on the field playing the game that we love.
That's incredible. So speaking of the game that we love, the same ML modeling that is driving next-gen stats is right here in this activation. So you can take your best shot here, throw it just like a QB, and get all of that data
how's this guy
from the ball,
gonna do?
seeing your ball's trajectory, speed,
This is the guy that's breaking everything.
Stack up on our leaderboard.
Absolutely. Come on down, check it out.
Thanks. We'll send it back to the AWS on air desk, and we're gonna go throw the ball.
You can do it, buddy. I believe.
And it's awesome. I wish I could get over there and throw the ball. No, admittedly,
Do it. Go get him.
old and broken and a couple thoughts. Probably end up with the shoulder up. But,
Nice.
I digress. The trials and tribulations have grown old.
I see.
Folks,
Chad
my name is
behavior.
still Adrian Camiel. I'm a principal partner enterprise architect here at AWS. Haven't platypus and
I don't know. They're thorough with the barrels, man.
By a good friend of mine, Brian. Say hey, Brian.
I don't know.
Hey,